Hey gang, Ryan Cozy at the Chapel at Crosspoint. I hope and pray that everybody is doing well. Hey, I wanted to brief you on two new things that have been happening just prior to the Thanksgiving holiday, but obviously with vacation and travel, I've been away, but I wanted to get this update out. First off is the announcement of the formal launch of the Global Fellowship Initiative. If you have been engaging the renovation material in any capacity, some of you I know have been wrestling with this for years, and others have just recently been engaging this material. Dwight talks about this idea of strategic telescoping. And the Global Fellowship Initiative is kind of the approach to engage other churches that have been bought into this idea of strategic telescoping and giving them opportunities to tether to places where renovation thinking has been happening throughout the world, where they may perhaps not have been engaged, and perhaps they've been praying about places that they can get engaged in further. And so I had a wonderful opportunity to meet some people I've never met up until recently, people from India, people from Ukraine, people from Argentina. It was just a great opportunity to be in the presence of some of these men as they seek to give every man, woman, and child that repeated opportunity to hear, to see, and to respond to the gospel in their context. And so as churches had been envisioned to this, what I wanted to make sure that I communicated clearly was, if you have been burdened by the idea of strategic telescoping and you perhaps don't have a place to tether into, I want to let you know, please reach out to me, and I would love to get you connected to Daryl or to Dwight, to the right people, so that if strategic telescoping is something that you want to get engaged in and you're looking at doing that at a greater level, I'd love to make you aware of some of the opportunities that are currently going on through the Global Fellowship Initiative. And so if that's a point of interest for you, you can hit me up here on the city, or you can email me at rkozey@thechapel.com. That's rkozey@thechapel.com. I'd be more than happy to point you in the appropriate direction. The second thing that I wanted to announce is I had been mentioning over the past few months that we've had a great opportunity in working more closely with a network out of Chicago by the name of Christ Together. And during our time in meeting with the Global Fellowship, we had also had the opportunity domestically to get some of our national leaders together with some of the national leaders from Christ Together. Now, we had already done that before, and we had discussed the idea of what it would look like if we took some more intentional steps toward partnering together with one another. And over the last handful of months, I've been doing a lot of travel to Chicago in trying to think about what might it look like if Christ Together and Renovation Network started working more closely together. And one of those things was, what if we joined forces? What if we became one? What would that do for us in the ability to get after the evangelization of 310 million Americans, giving each man, each woman, and each child that repeated opportunity to hear, to see, and to respond to the gospel? And I'm pleased to announce that over that meeting time, our national leaders and the national leaders of Christ Together came to the agreement that, yeah, we want to work more directly in partnership with one another. And so I'll be announcing some things over the next couple of weeks in regard to what this merger between our network and their network will look like. There's obviously a lot of work that we're going to need to be doing over the next handful of months. But I want to say this, I'm incredibly excited about this opportunity. I'm very thankful for the people that God had brought onto our national team, and I'm incredibly excited for the people that God had brought onto the national team of Christ Together. And my personal belief is that as we work together with one another as one, we put ourselves in a better position to be strategically focused on every man, woman, and child in America. And there's a lot of work ahead of us. There's a lot of information that I'll be communicating likely over the next few weeks and definitely over the next few months as to what this partnership will begin to look like as it develops more and more. But I'm very excited to announce our partnership with one another. And I just want to ask you that as we continue to work through the details of this partnership and what this looks like, I would ask that you would pray for our national leaders and that you would pray for the national leaders of Christ Together. This is a great and exciting opportunity, but it is one that I really believe needs to be covered in prayer and in asking God to help us do things in the way that is most glorifying to Him as we try to work together with one another. And so I will keep you posted as to greater levels of communication. That is something that we're working on currently, but I wanted to at least get you all in the communicative loop that we have made the decision to take more strategic steps in intentional partnership with one another in the merger between Christ Together and Renovation Network. I hope and pray that all is well for you, and I look forward to keeping you up to date on more of those happenings and other happenings in and throughout Renovation Network between now and the end of this year. God bless you.